Hey, beautiful friends. Thank you for joining me in today's discussion about the new moon in Capricorn. If you're new here, my name is Anna. I am the owner and creator of Gemstorm Relevation. Here we talk about crystals, Reiki, the moon, all things energy. So if you'd like to hit subscribe and like, I'd really appreciate that. You can follow along with any of the moon things that are happening. So I did take off a lot of time in December just because I really want to be present with my family and enjoy the holidays, because it did look so different this year for a lot of people. But anyway, let's get into the new moon because it's really exciting, and I probably say this just about every time, but there's something really great about a new moon that's at the beginning of a new year. It just feels like this whole different energy has started and is beginning, and there's just this new fresh beginning energy, and it's just so beautiful. So welcome to 2021. We made it. I know that things are still feeling really rough and difficult and different and strange and just a really tense energy, right? I feel you, I see you, I hear you, all right? But let's just do our best and let's set some really good intentions for not only this new lunar cycle, but for the whole new year. All right, so it's really an exhilarating time astrologically, energetically, and personally. The new moon in 2021 is going to bring a lot of change. So it's a time to plan, be ambitious, be kind, relinquish control. Now I know that one can kind of be scary for people to think about, like, what do you mean relinquish control? And that doesn't mean that you can't still hold your own boundaries, because that's very important, especially when they are healthy boundaries. But this is not trying to control an outcome, not trying to force something to happen, and just really being present with the moment that you're in, and to just really understand that everything in life does indeed happen for a reason. We as souls have signed a contract to be here during this time, so really focus on what it is that you are desiring, and let's make some manifestation happen, but let's not try to control the outcome of that. All right. And then also it's a really great time to establish traditions, establish new traditions, something that you're going to do to take care of yourself, especially. So for me personally, I've really been taking a really big leap into my self-care. And I do take care of myself in many other ways spiritually, but I don't do self-care physically. So that's something that I really wanted to change about this year. I want to take better care of this body, because this body is what provides me, what allows me to be here. This body allows me to do what I want to do. And sometimes there is some restraints there because this body just can't do what it used to do, but I want to get myself stronger. I want to get myself healthier. And I just want to be able to really do anything that I want to do. And right now, with where my body's at, I know that there are some things that I simply cannot do, and I'm not okay with that any longer. So establishing a new tradition for me looks like getting up early in the morning. It's doing tedious things that I typically don't enjoy doing. It's exercising, especially over the last year. Like, there's definitely been some weight gain because there's been a lot of things happening, and a lot of fear, and a lot of other energies that are happening. And I'm the type of person that likes to kind of eat away at those things, and quite literally. But I've decided to make a change, and this is part of my new moon as well, is bringing in these intentions and really setting them for my whole year ahead. So the new moon in Capricorn is happening on January 13th at midnight. So depending on where you are in the world, that could be January 12th, or that could be later in the day on the 13th, depending on where you are. Again, I'm Eastern time in Canada, so that's what it is for us, right at midnight. So I'm going to be doing my rituals and all of my intention setting and my goal setting and my manifestations. I'll be doing that on the evening of the 12th. So if you are like me, and you are on this side of the world, then you're going to want to make sure that you take care of this stuff on the 12th, okay? Because we're setting that intention out before the new moon. So before you head to bed on the 12th, like I said, this is the time to set your intentions, do your ritual, do your meditation, or whatever else it is that you feel called to do at this time. So don't really focus in on you have to do it exactly this way because this is what I told you to do. I mean, if you are the type of person that needs that kind of guidance, then absolutely head over to my website, onto the blog, and check out the new moon blog that I have written for you. At the bottom, there's a full detailed ritual there for you. So go check that out if you really want the step-by-step direction. If you're a little bit more intuitive and you can go on the inside and kind of ask yourself what you need, follow that as well. And even if you're not that intuitive, give it a try and see if you get any sort of answer. So in general, and I talk about this every video because I want you guys to be really super clear on what the energy of a new moon is and what you should focus on during the new moon, because each phase does have different things that it's better at taking care of for you. So like your new moon is the time for manifestations, and then your full moon is a time of forgiveness and gratitude. And then there's lots of other phases that are in between there as well that have different purposes as well. Okay, so the new moon always brings a level of excitement, especially when it's the first new moon of a new year, because it's the start of a new cycle, and we're all about cycles. This is human nature, right? And it's a really great time, especially since this is the new one, to really reflect on the year that you've had, reflect on the good, reflect on the things that weren't so great. Try to hone in on what it is that really worked for you, the things that didn't work for you, things that you'd like to change. And this is how you can set your intention as you get really clear on what it is that has helped you and what hasn't helped you. And then you can really compile a great list to start setting some intentions on what you want the year to look like. And then you can bring it down to monthly things that you want to take care of. So for instance, for me, like, because I'm really focusing on health, the first step for my health is just getting into that routine every day to do stretching and exercise. But then next month, I want to get into the eating better and the portion control. And like each month, I'm going to really focus in on something so that I can create a really good habit out of it. And that's what I would encourage you to do, regardless of what it is that you're looking to do. And remember too, that setting goals and setting intentions and setting manifestations does not mean that it is written in stone. So don't give yourself a hard time if you have set resolutions and you're already starting to fall off of them, because honestly, your path is going to change every now and then. It's going to change direction. You're going to be shown a new way. So don't be hard on yourself if things don't go exactly the way you plan it. Again, relinquish control, right? And the new moon, especially as we approach a new year with such a difficult 2020, just remember that sometimes it can feel dark, it can seem quiet, it can feel lonely, maybe even a little depressive, but just keep bringing yourself back inward and just ask yourself, what do I need? And you will get a response. And this is what I did at the beginning of the year, because I didn't want to set a New Year's resolution per se, and I didn't want it to be your typical, like, I want to lose weight. Yeah, that would be great, but that's really not my goal. My goal is to be healthy. And what healthy looks like to me could be completely different from somebody else. So I asked myself, what is it that I need to help myself feel healthy? And right away, I got the message, just start taking care of your body. Okay, what do I need to take care of my body? I need to start stretching it more so that I don't have so many aches and pains when I wake up in the morning, and doing some exercise and some movement just so that I feel like I can actually participate in physical things, right? So you really do get a clear indication of what you need if you're willing to ask yourself and just sit in meditation and listen. Your body and your mind will tell you what you need to do next. So as I already mentioned, the focus of a new moon is really all about setting the intentions, setting out your wishes, your desires, your manifestations, whatever you want to call it, but just really putting that out into the universe. And there's a couple of ways that you can do that. So you can do the ritual that I have mentioned, and in there I have a specific detailed way for you to set your new moon wishes or your new moon manifestations. And you can go through that list. And what I like to do is I actually keep a journal of all of the wishes, all of my manifestations, so that I can go through and see what needs to change, what needs to be different, so that for the next month, I can reevaluate where I'm at and see what else I might need to be bringing in. Or you write your list of the wishes or your manifestations that you have, and to really send it out into the universe, or to solidify, like have a really significant moment with symbolism, you can actually burn your piece of paper and send that smoke out into the universe for it to deliver the message. Whatever feels good for you, you can do it either way. So this is a great time to look at all the things from your last lunar cycle and the last year that didn't work. So in the case of the new moon in Capricorn, it's a time to really overlook the entire year, as I already mentioned, and make assessments of everything. You can get right down to what worked, what didn't work, what you liked, what you didn't like, what served you, what didn't serve you. And this can come into relationships too. If there are certain relationships that just are no longer vibing with you, don't feel guilty if you need to kind of let them fall away, or if you need to kind of give yourself some distance from them. That's totally okay, and you're allowed to set boundaries. Okay, you're allowed to do that. So for the energy of Capricorn, I'm just going to get into this real quick. Just want to talk about the Capricorn energy that's kind of being brought into us universally right now as a collective. And then if you want to check out the ritual, you're going to need to head over to the blog. You'll see the link in the comments or in the description below. So you can just scroll down and click on that, and you can head on over there and you can do the ritual if you'd like, or at least see what it's all about. All right, so this is a big event because it's a new moon, the first new moon of the new year, and there are huge energies at play. I don't want to get into all of the things that are going on astrologically because honestly, I'm not an astrologer and I can't tell you exactly what is going on, but there are a lot of planets that are in alignment. There's a lot of planets that are doing some crazy things to our energy right now, and this new moon is really bringing out that energy. There's lots of amazing astrologers on YouTube. I highly suggest that you look them up if you want more information about like what the planets are doing and how that's affecting your sign. I highly recommend doing that. I'm just here to give you a ritual and to give you an idea of what's happening and what's going on so that you can kind of manipulate in a way the best possible outcome for yourself by using the new moon for your manifestation. Okay, so there's a huge level of excitement as well because we entered the dawn of a new age. So if you were here for the last video, or if you read the last vlog, you know now that we are in the age of Aquarius. We are going into that turn of the ages. So in the last video, I did say that we were in the age of Capricorn, but I was corrected that we were in the age of Pisces. So thank you very much for the person that gave me that, because I was looking everywhere for the information and I just couldn't find it. So I assumed that everything kind of followed along in a certain way, but it didn't. So now we are into the age of Aquarius. So that age of Aquarius is, we really need to just get into the energy of what Aquarians are. But for this new moon, for the Capricorn, it's getting into those energies, being very steadfast, being very stubborn in a way that we want to, that we're able to complete our mission, complete our goals, and to find our purpose and our truth and our passion, because Capricorn's very good at that. They are earth signs that really want to get truth and to really understand themselves really well. So this energy is asking you to recognize and celebrate your evolution over the last year. So 2020 has changed a lot for everybody, but let's try to keep it positive. Let's try to focus on the good. What can you celebrate about yourself? What can you say that has really changed something significantly for you and has made a deeply positive impact? Really take time to think about that. So not just like the outside sources or what's happening globally, but your own personal evolution, okay? Thought patterns, behaviors that may have changed in some way. Just recognize all of the good and allow yourself to celebrate how far you've come, because as humans, we do not do that enough. We're always so hard on ourselves about the things that we could have done differently, that we should have done differently, that we could have done better. But let's not worry about that, because it's all learning, it's all lessons, right? So the new moon in Capricorn is asking you to plan. So as I already mentioned, because we're in a new year and a new age, this is a great opportunity to put some action plans into place to get clear on what we want to accomplish this year, set the intentions, and make the actionable steps to help you get there. Up next, we want to be ambitious. So the Aquarian energy of the age we are in entering helps us get motivated and see things outside of the box like never before. The ideas that are coming are just intense, and listen, you're getting downloads whether you realize it or not. It's all happening and coming for you, so make sure you're listening and paying attention, okay? Aquarius can be eccentric and spontaneous and very original, so that's really going to help you, especially if you're new. Like if your goal is to like start something brand new, to start a new business, to whatever it is, it's really going to help you see outside and come up with some unique ideas that are going to put you on a different playing field than anybody else. We can use these energies to benefit, especially those who struggle with any of the mentioned traits above. So the eccentricity, the spontaneity, being original, right? So it could be the defining moment that you've been waiting for. So be willing and open to listen to all thoughts and ideas because they're coming to you for a reason. We've been building to this for some time now, and if you've been here reading the blogs and the videos as we've been going along, then you know that Sagittarius season has been opening up our minds to new possibilities and thinking outside of the box. So this Aquarius energy is just kind of like really, really pushing that and driving that home. Next, we want to be kind. So Capricorn can sometimes be a cold sign, but with this energy that we're coming into with the Aquarius as well, it's asking you to show someone how much they mean to you. So if there's a relationship that's really important to you, if there is somebody in particular that just comes to mind as soon as I said that, take the time to appreciate that relationship, to celebrate that relationship and express that appreciation. Because again, as humans, sometimes we have a hard time putting appreciation into words for others. But if you have 1, 2, 3 relationships that are incredibly important to you and that have been helpful in your evolution over this last year, really take the time to appreciate them and actually vocalize that with them. It can really change a lot for the person on the other end of it as well. We also have let go of control. So the Capricorn can be a tough sign sometimes. It tends to be a little bit stubborn and want to control the outcome of desires and wishes. But again, because we're entering in the age of Aquarius, it would really be more beneficial for you to let that go. If you find yourself getting into this energy of really trying to force the outcome, your desired wishes to come true, without looking at all of the signs around you, you want to just kind of let that go, set your intention and your goal out into the universe and let it go. Take your actionable steps that you can take, but always be looking for the signs if you're going in the right direction, if you need to look at it in a different way, if you need to take a different path, but still ultimately getting to the same end result, right? And then the last one that I mentioned too is establishing traditions. So this is something new that you can add to your routine or a seasonal tradition. This is great to do at this time. So I know we just got over the holidays. So if there's something about your normal holiday traditions that you're just like, this just isn't working for me anymore, or because you've had to do things so differently this year, maybe you're thinking, wow, I really liked how that worked out this year. Bring it with you. Continue it on. We don't need to only do these things because of lockdown and then have obligation after. We get to choose what we want to do, right? So the Capricorn energy relishes in relationships and routine. So if there's something new that you've wanted to do every winter or Christmas, or something you want to add to your morning or evening routine, this is a favorable time to do that, and it's going to help you stick to it. This energy is really helping you to stick to it. So perhaps you don't even have a regular morning or evening routine. Now is the time to really look at what it is that you want to do within those times. So for me, my morning routine looks like I get up, I do oil pulling on my teeth because I want to whiten my teeth. And while I'm doing my oil pulling, I'm doing light stretch yoga. Then once that's done, I brush my teeth. Once I'm done with that, I go into my actual physical workout. Then once that's done, I get into meditation or some kind of mindfulness practice. If I don't have a whole lot of time left, then I at least have 5 to 10 more minutes to calm my mind, and just get into a really good space so that when I have to start homeschooling my son, or if I need to start doing some writing, or if I need to record a video, that I'm in a really good headspace for the remainder of the day. And then I end my evening with some exercises, some light, gentle exercises that I can do just to kind of help ease my mind from the day, so that it's not like a hamster on a wheel going about all the things that I did that day that I could have done differently, that I could have done better. And it just helps me have a better sleep and helps me stay grounded and helps me stay centered. So whatever it is that it looks like to you for a routine, just start something, even if it's just something small, even if it's just reading 10 pages of a book that you've been meaning to read for a while, or that's having maybe an Epsom salt bath every night because that's just something that you feel you need, your body feels like it needs, just whatever it is that's going to help you feel better in the long run. All right, so that's all I have for you today. So if you want to look at more detailed information, make sure you head over to the blog for the ritual, and then you can read the whole thing there for you. I know this is a longer video than I typically do, but I did really want to talk about a lot of those things that I brought up, especially when it comes to the routines and just setting new intentions and new routines as we approach this first new moon in the new year, because it's going to help you stick with your plans. It's going to help you stick with whatever it is that you have decided that you want to do, just because of the energy that we're in. So with that, I will leave you, and thank you so much for being here. Again, hit that like and subscribe button so that you can get notifications on when I upload the next video. And there's all kinds of links in the description below if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I have an Etsy shop. I have lots of things that are available for you guys. If you want to check it out, just check out the description below. Thank you again. Namaste.